Our D.C. Bureau correspondent Jessica Smith has a preview of that U.S. Supreme Court case tonight. Jessica?
Colleen, this case centers around a man who did not vote in 2009 or in 2011. He tried to vote in 2015, but he found out he couldn't because his name had been removed from the rolls. Now, the state says it's doing this to prevent voter fraud, but opponents say it's taking away people's right to vote.
Critics say Ohio is punishing people for not voting by taking them off the voter rolls. On Wednesday, the Supreme Court will hear arguments about whether the way Ohio clears its voter rolls is legal. Alan Morrison, a George Washington University law professor, explains.
This case is about removing people who the state believes have moved out of the district.
Under current law, if someone has not voted in 2 years, that triggers a process that could eventually kick them off the rolls. The state must then try to contact the voter. If the voter does not respond to notices and does not vote in the next 4 years, the state removes them from the rolls. Ohio's Secretary of State John Husted says that protects against voter fraud.
My goal has always been to make Ohio a place where it is easy to vote and hard to cheat.
Senator Sherrod Brown says the purges inevitably take legitimate legal voters off the rolls.
The Secretary of State needs to do it more precisely and not this wholesale removing of people who will lose their right to vote.
If the court decides Ohio can no longer purge its voter rolls in this way, at least 6 other states could have to change their practices.
On the other hand, there are 40-plus states that don't do this, and many of them may start to do this for political reasons.
The NAACP says if the court does side with Ohio, it could unleash a wave of new state and local laws, resulting in unnecessary purging and shrinking of voter rolls.
The ACLU, the League of Women Voters, and several other activist groups are fighting this law. The Trump administration, on the other hand, is supporting the state of Ohio in this. I did reach out to Senator Portman's office. A spokesperson told me he did not have anything to add about this case and likely would not comment until after the court makes a decision. Now, I will be inside the Supreme Court on Wednesday, so we'll be sure to keep you updated on everything that happens. Live in Washington, Jessica Smith, NBC4.